I play Sergeant Major Rita Vrataski, who's the most highly decorated soldier in the United Defense Force. And she's a fearsome warrior. She's notoriously killed over 1,000 mimics, which is an impossible feat, seeing as most soldiers get killed within moments of landing in a battle. So she's this rather mythical hero in the movie. And my character is enlisted by Tom's character, and he plays Major Bill Cage. And he enlists her help to help train him and help him survive. And at the same time, she's using him because he's inherited the alien's ability to reset the day, and she sees this as a pretty invaluable weapon. So she uses him to change strategy and change tactics every time he relives the day to hopefully go on to win the war. I never approached Rita as a female action character. I just saw her as this lethal powerhouse who was pretty much the toughest person I've ever come across. So it was exciting to approach her in that way, that she wasn't this kind of butch woman. She had gotten to where she was through being savvy and intelligent and determined. And I think that was what excited me, was the spirit that she had, that chutzpah she had to just, and the courage that she had, just an incredibly courageous character. I think that was the draw for me, to play somebody who was that courageous. She sees that he's doing things. He seems to be predicting the alien's next move, and that's disconcerting for her at first. She's wondering how he does that. And then as he continues to fight in this kind of agile, clever way, predicting where they're going to be, she realizes that actually he is someone who is also in the 1 in a million chance that it is to inherit the alien's ability to reset the day. So she recognizes in him that he has the same power that she once did. Cage at first struggles a lot with the training, and then when they hit the beach, struggles to remember where they are on the beach, where the mimics are coming from, and there's such an overwhelming force. And so there's a lot for him to try and absorb and remember. And he's also trying to save her. He's not only trying to save himself, he's trying to strategize so that she doesn't get killed either. And so you see his struggle, and you admire it and respect it and cheer for it. And then by the end of it, by the time they get off the beach and by the time the training's over, he's become a warrior, and he's determined and dangerous and good at what he does. And so I think she's pretty impressed with him by the end of it. It's an infectious thing to be around Tom Cruise. He has this wonderful, irrepressible enthusiasm every day on set. He's not cynical in the slightest, and he's not weary in the slightest of anything. He's just there's a childlike enthusiasm every day, and creating a character and a story, and he does it because he wants people to enjoy themselves. He wants the film to be as incredible as it can be, and he wants you to be great in it as well. So he's a very generous actor, very generous person, and he really took care of me to make sure I didn't feel like I was in over my head. And I'll always be grateful for that. We really had to see this film as a two-hander, and he made sure I wasn't overwhelmed at any point by the scale or the action or the physicality of it all. For me, the heart of this film is determination and the perseverance of the human spirit. And I think it's about doing the right thing as well. I think it becomes that. The film becomes about these characters wanting to do the right thing. And at the heart of it, it is the most unusual love story I've come across. For me, those moments are what I'm more used to experiencing. I haven't done much action at all. And so playing those scenes is always what I sort of live for in a movie experience. I love getting to play scenes like that. And it was such a breath of fresh air, particularly with this film, because most of the film was so physical. And it's wonderful because I think you get a glimpse into who these people really are, and the audience gets a moment to just ease back and take it all in and discover their relationship in a more intimate way. And so I think for me, those scenes were always such a pleasure to do. He really allows for the accidents. I think that Doug veers pretty strongly away from things ever looking too perfected or glossy. And that's why I love his films, because there's a sort of messiness and a humanity to them, where you capture these very spontaneous moments. And I think an audience can feel that. I really believe you can feel when something feels captured in a moment, and not too organized and not too planned. And so Doug is exhilarating to work with in many ways, because you never know what he's going to throw at you or what shot he wants to try next. You can train all you want, and you can run 1,000,000 miles, and you can lift some weights and learn how to do a pull-up and all of that stuff, which I did all of it, but I don't think anything quite prepares you for the sheer weight of the suit, and learning how to move in it so that you can make it look effortless even though it isn't. And that first day on set was a bit overwhelming when I first put it on, because it was a precise art trying to get the suit to fit you perfectly, and if something was even off by a fraction, it would be really painful to wear it. And so they tried to form it so that the whole weight of the suit was taken into the legs. But if it's off for a second, there's such pressure on your shoulders and your arms, and you just have to get really strong, I think, in order to work in it. And after a while, it sort of became like second nature, because we had to be in them so much, and we were encouraged to be in them so much, so that we looked good in them and moved well in them. And so any waking moment we could in prep, we would put in the suits so that we could get used to it. And you do, to be honest. You just get used to it.